Good morning, Cleveland and Columbus sports fans. This is Jenn B, and you're tuned in to the show of the land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport. Today, we are going to talk some basketball with the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Charge, the Cleveland State Vikings, the Kent State Golden Flashes, and, of course, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And then we will get into some hockey with the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Cleveland Monsters, and once again, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Got a little rant when we get to that. Then we will move on to some baseball with the Cleveland Guardians and the Columbus Clippers to kick off their 2025 seasons this past week. We will finish things out with some volleyball and some soccer. For once, we don't have any football news to talk about. But that's just for this week, because next week we'll be talking all Browns. But stay right here with me, Jenn B, on the show of the land, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And we will get into the sports of it all right after these messages from our sponsors.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back to the Show of the Land with Jenn B on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Shout out to our sponsors, Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Head on over to planetjerky.net and place your orders today. You get free shipping on orders over $50. Vital apparel, workout wear that not only fits great, but they also donate and promote mental health research. So check them out. And if you place your orders, use code IESR to get 15% off. Seal the deal, wax seals. Head on over to iesportsradio.com/seal the deal wax seals to check out these wax stamps and place your orders. They are the perfect finish to your invitations, letters, and gifts. And we wouldn't be here without IE Sports Radio. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button here on YouTube. And if you are catching the replay on audio only, you can catch us everywhere you get your podcast, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeart, etc., etc. Be sure to head on over to iesportsradio.com. Check out the website. There are pages for all of our shows with little bios for each of the hosts. You can catch our blog there and check out the shop and pick up some IE Sports Radio merch. And our newest sponsor, Raw Nutrition. Wow. Raw Nutrition Supplements. Head on over to Get Raw Nutrition. Place your orders using promo code IESR to get 10% off. You can catch me on all of the socials on X. The show page is a Show of the Land IE. And you can get me personally on X, IG, Threads, and Blue Sky at Believeland Girl and on TikTok at Jen.Believeland. If you enjoy the show and you would like to support us, you can head on over to our Supporters Club link to pledge your support to the show. Be greatly appreciated. But now, without further ado, Well, actually, a little further ado, let's give a shout out to the chat room. We have Angela, who is the co host with her husband, Fred, of the Tornado Takeover. You can catch them on Tuesday evenings. We have Taryn Rodriguez, who is the host of the SoCal Supreme Sports Show and a Set Point. SoCal, of course, is for all of your Southern California sports needs, and you can catch that show on Fridays. Set Point is our volleyball show, and you can catch Set Point with Taryn on Mondays. He also co hosts Three and Out with Larry B for your football sports needs. And Larry says, damn Cavaliers. I concur, but we'll get to that here shortly. And shout out to T5. He is the host of the Crescent City Connection. He was on yesterday, and during his college basketball rant, he brought up UConn's coach Gino Orima and said that he whines so much he thinks his name might be Gina, not Gino. So we're all hating on UConn over here at IE Sports Radio right now. All right, let's get into the Cavs. And they won a couple of games. Well, actually, they won three. They won three in a row. So another little mini win streak for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Last Sunday, they played the Utah Jazz, winning 120-91. The only player out was a Jalen Tyson. He is dealing with some sort of knee injury. They really haven't gone into further detail on that, and I don't expect that they will. He is a rookie and doesn't play much anyway, so I don't expect further news on that unless in the off season he needs to have some surgery or something of that ilk. Jarrett Allen led the team with 18 points. Evan Mobley recorded a double-double with 11 points and 11 rebounds. It was his 100th career double-double and a career high 33rd double-double of the season. So congratulations to Evan, adding more fuel to the fire for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Tuesday, the Cavs took on the Portland Trail Blazers, winning 122-111. Donovan Mitchell was out with groin injury management. Jalen Tyson was also out. And Sam Merrill got the start in Donovan's absence. Darius Garland led with 27 points, and Evan Mobley recorded yet another double-double with 21 points and 12 rebounds. And it was the Cavs' franchise record 28th road win of the season. They're just setting franchise records like crazy this season. Thursday, and they played the San Antonio Spurs, returning to Cleveland for the first time in forever, it seems. And they won 124-116. Evan Mobley, Ty Jerome, and Jalen Tyson were all out. Darius Garland surpassed 2,500 career assists during the game. Donovan Mitchell recorded his 1,600th three-point shot during that game. And Tristan Thompson was ejected on an F2 flagrant 2 with a little over 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It was pretty lame call, in my opinion. He accidentally, from all angles that they showed it, it did not at all look intentional. It looked like he was going up for the ball, and there was a shorter player next to him, and as he brought his arms up, his elbow hit the other player in the head. But they claimed it was, it rose to the level of a flagrant 2, so they ejected him. So whatever. He was only playing because Evan Mobley was out. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's over, and they still won, so whatever. Jared Allen led with 29 points and a double double with 16 rebounds. Donovan Mitchell also recorded a double double with 24 points and a career high 14 assists. Friday was another story. The Cavs headed on up to Detroit to take on the Pistons and fell short, losing 133 to 122. It was the only game that the Cavs lost to the Pistons this season. They had won out the remainder of the season series, so not a big deal. The win meant more to Detroit than the loss meant to the Cavs in all actuality. Ty Jerome, Max Strus, and Jalen Tyson were all out for that one, and Donovan Mitchell led with 38 points. Isaac Okoro did get the start in Max Strus's absence, and there were no double doubles in this one. Sad. As we get closer to the wrap up of the regular season, the Cavs have 3 games this coming week. First one is this afternoon against the LA Clippers. Then on Wednesday against the New York Knicks. And Friday, they will play the San Antonio Spurs once again. The Cleveland Charge wrapped up their season yesterday with a resounding win. But before we get to that, let's talk about the rest of the week. Last Sunday, they played the College Park Skyhawks, losing 120 to 95. Naquan Tomlin led with 24 points and recorded a double-double with 15 rebounds. Friday, they played the Long Island Nets, winning 121 to 114. Naquan Tomlin again led with 28 points and a double-double with 10 rebounds. And Luke Travers also had a double-double with 22 points and 17 rebounds. Saturday, yesterday, they played the Long Island Nets once again, final game of the season, winning 128 to 93. Quite the win there. Naquan Tomlin led with a career high 41 points and a double-double with 14 rebounds. And Luke Travers had a quite unique triple-double. 11 points, 11 assists, and 11 rebounds. 11, 11, 11. Warwith Alatashi? I don't know. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it because unfortunately the Charge games are not on TV, so I don't get to hear anybody say it. So that's what we're going to go with. Had a double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds. The Charge finished the season with a 16 and 18 record in 11th place in the Eastern Conference. Shout out to Brian. He is the host of the Beantown Sports Pound. You could catch him on Wednesdays. We've been having some glitches with StreamYard taking our backgrounds down. So that's what he's talking about. Thank you for helping me with the glitch. Anywho, you can, like I said, you can catch him on Wednesdays for all of your Boston sports needs. Not a great season for the Charge. Not terrible. Almost 500. Almost. But the bright side is the two-way players are now fully available for the Cavs for the remainder of the NBA season. So we'll see what they do there. Amoni Bates is not available. I'm not 100% sure why. There was no reason listed other than that he is not going to be available today, but everybody else is. So we'll see. He has been battling a knee injury on and off all season, so that could be what it is. I'm not 100% sure on that. But we will keep an eye on that. Now for some college hoops. Got a few teams in some of the miscellaneous tournaments, as well as the Lady Buckeyes were in the main NCAA women's tournament. Were being the key word there, but we're going to start with the Kent State Flashes, who partook in the NIT Sunday. They played Stanford, winning 77 to 75. Then Wednesday, they played Loyola out of Chicago and lost 72 to 62. And as you will see here coming up, Illinois was the bane of my existence this week when it comes to college basketball. But let's move on to the Cleveland State Vikings. The Lady Vikes, they're playing their little hearts out in the women's NIT. Tuesday, they played Coppin State, winning 72 to 70. Friday, Duquesne, winning 55 to 52, and they advanced to the Elite Eight. And on Monday, they will take on Purdue Fort Wayne. So good luck to the Lady Vikes as they head on to the Elite Eight and take on Big Mike's Purdue Fort Wayne. Cleveland State men's, however, Monday in the CBIT played Queens, winning 88 to 73. Tuesday, they played FGCU, winning 72 to 65, and advanced to the CBIT championship against Illinois State, but they lost 79 to 68. Hence why Illinois was the bane of my existence on Wednesday. I was like, what is happening here? Ugh. Oh, well, it is what it is. On to those Buckeyes for more disappointment. Wah, wah, wah. So the Lady Buckeyes took on Tennessee on Sunday in the NCAA women's tournament, losing 82 to 67. Following the loss, star player Cody McMahon announced that she was entering the transfer portal. Wah, wah, wah. And not much better news for the men's basketball team. Guard Michi Johnson has also announced that he will be entering the transfer portal. So both men and women's teams will be losing some top-notch players. The good news is the Cambridges have announced that they will be staying at Ohio State. They both play for the Lady Buckeyes. So that is some good news, but losing a couple of players, the men's team did not fare well, and the ladies team had a great season, but they fell short in the tournament. So that is going to wrap up the basketball. So I am going to take a short break, and when I come back, we will talk some hockey and some baseball. So stay right here with me, Jenn B, on the Show of the Land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And I will be right back after this.
What's happening, sports fans? Are you a fan of Southern California sports? Are you looking for a show hotter than a hot summer day in California? Then look no further than the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, where I talk about all things Southern California sports. That's right, all sports teams from Southern California. From the hard-hitting tackles of the NFL to the killer crossovers and big three-pointers of the NBA and WNBA to the grand slams of the MLB to the bone-chilling goals of the NHL and to the booming kicks of the MLS. The the SoCal Supreme Sports Show has it all for you. Oh, and let us not forget about the college sports as well. So join me, Taryn Rodriguez, every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hockey fans, I'm Adam Kernick.
And I'm Zach Puplis.
Together, we are the newest version of Hockey Talk on IE Sports Radio, The Neutral Zone.
Zone.
We love hockey, but we also know it's not everyone's first sport. So we want to make this show as much for new fans as for the diehards.
Whether you can name all the Swedes on the 08 Red Wings Stanley Cup team, or if you can't tell if Varlamov is a goalie or the latest trendy vodka, we're here to help. With facts, figures, and outrageous fans, we bring you all the hard-hitting hockey news you can handle, while still keeping it fun and on the rails. Well, mostly.
So tune in every week as we go around the hockey world, from college to Canada, the minors and the majors, and everywhere in between.
So bring your cellies,
And your one-timers,
you wicked wristas.
and be sure to protect your five-hole.
Catch the Neutral Zone every week on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
We promise not to pick on the Arizona Coyotes every episode.
Welcome back to the Show of the Land with Jenn B on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport. You know, check out our other wonderful shows. So the SoCal Supreme Sports Show with Taryn Rodriguez. You can catch him on Fridays, as I said earlier, and the Neutral Zone with Adam and Zach for all of your hockey sports needs. You can catch them on Tuesdays. Speaking of hockey, let's talk about it. So the Blue Jackets had quite the week. Lots of things happening this past week. On Monday, they played the New York Islanders in a very important game, winning 4-3 in a shootout. Adam Fantilli had a goal. Boone Jenner had a shorthanded goal. Kirill Marchenko had a goal, and Adam Fantilli had the shootout winner. The Blue Jackets assigned forward Luca Pinelli to the Cleveland Monsters. So he has joined the rotation down there in Cleveland. Well, up there. I mean, geographically up there. Roster-wise down there. You know what? Larry. Damn Blue Jackets. They also signed center Jack Williams to a 2-year entry-level contract. Jack played at Northeastern University, where he served as the captain. In 37 games played, he had 16 goals and 25 assists for 41 points. He has joined the team this past week and is skating with them at practices. It is undecided whether or not he will get any playing time, but he will at least be practicing with the team. He is 5'11", 185 pounds, and will wear number 29. The Blue Jackets also signed defenseman Caleb McDonald to a 2-year entry-level contract that will begin in the 2025-26 season. He played for the University of North Dakota and is 6'3", 224 pounds, and 22 years old. They also signed number 36 overall 2024 draft pick, a defenseman Charlie Ellick, to a 3-year entry-level contract that will also begin in the 2025-26 season. Friday, the Blue Jackets played the Vancouver Canucks in a crazy game. The Blue Jackets were down 3-0. But they won 7-6 in a shootout. Boone Jenner recorded the first goal, then Kirill Marchenko, Dante Fabro, Denton Matejchuk. Boone Jenner then had a power play goal. Matthew Olivier finished out the scoring with the tying goal. Well, actually, I don't believe it was the tying goal. I believe it was the go ahead goal, and then the Canucks tied it up, sending the game into overtime. Stayed 6-6 throughout overtime, resulting in a shootout. Kent Johnson scored the winning shootout goal. He was the only player in the entire shootout to get a goal. Elvis Merzlikins had 3 straight stops, giving the Blue Jackets the win. Yesterday, unfortunately, the Blue Jackets fell short to the Ottawa Senators, losing 3-2. It was not for lack of trying, but unfortunately, they couldn't get that tying goal to send it to overtime. But boy, did they try. Boone Jenner and Kirill Marchenko recorded the 2 goals in that one. Next up for the Blue Jackets, Tuesday, they will take on the Nashville Predators. Thursday, the Colorado Avalanche. And Saturday, the Toronto Maple Leafs. A little more spread out with the games this week, so hopefully they can get a couple of more wins. They are very tight in the wild card race in the East. So we will continue to monitor. Last I saw, they were in the wild card 2 spot, but that was before yesterday's loss. So we will see how things pan out, but it is a very, very tight race there for those 2 wild card spots. Let's move on to the Cleveland Monsters. Oops. I forgot to take that down. All right, Cleveland Monsters. Oh, I see a couple of wins here. They got a couple of wins and a couple of losses. So Sunday and Wednesday, they played the Belleville Senators. They won both. Sunday, 2-1. Jordan Dumas and Traffix Wolanski scored the 2 goals. Then Wednesday, they won 5-1. And Jordan Dumas and Traffix Wolanski scored the first 2 goals once again. And when I saw that, I commented and said, I think I've seen this one before. But then Traffix Wolanski scored a second goal. Roman Akan and Luca Del Bel Belus also recorded goals in that win. Friday, they played the Texas Stars, falling short in a shootout, losing 5-4. Samuel Nazco scored a goal. Traffix Wolanski had 2 goals again, and Hunter McCowan had the 4th goal. Then last night they played the Texas Stars once again, and they fell 3-1. Luca Del Bel Belus scored the lone goal in that one. Next up for the Monsters, they have a 2-game series against Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, and those games will be played on Friday and Saturday. Now for some more Buckeyes. Let's talk some college hockey. They're lucky it's been a week since this happened because I'm kind of over it. Anywho, the women's championship was Sunday. It was Ohio State against Wisconsin. Ohio State fell 4-3. Joy Dunn had a shorthand goal in the first period. Sloan Matthews also recorded a goal in the first period, and the Buckeyes were up 2-1 after 1. Emma Peschel scored a goal in period 2, and the Buckeyes were up 3-2 after 2. But that was all she wrote. There was a likely penalty that was not called on Wisconsin. towards the end of the third period that would have resulted in a power play in the last 3 to 5 minutes of the third period for the um, Buckeyes, but they chose not to call it. The announcer said it should have been a major, at the very least a minor, but they reviewed it and everything and didn't call anything. Then Wisconsin shot a goal, and one of the Ohio State ladies was sprawled out in the crease and swept the puck under her body. It very obviously shot out the other side. She did not hold the puck, but they ruled it a held puck and gave Wisconsin a penalty shot, and that penalty shot is what won the game. It's BS, if you ask me. Absolute total BS. Now for the men. Unfortunately, I was not able to watch this game because it was during the day while I was working. So, um, it appears I did not miss much. Brian, how about them Terriers? Yes. So, as I was saying, I didn't miss much. Ohio State men lost to BU 8-3 in the men's tournament, ending their season. So, how about them Terriers? Obviously, they did something because Ohio State sure did not. And from what I saw, Ohio State was playing really well right up until they weren't, because they were winning 3-1, I believe. So, yikes. What the heck happened to the goalie? Whew. Let's move on to some baseball because it's just depressing talking about all this losing. But, are we going to talk about winning with baseball? Are we? Let's find out. So, the Guardians announced the starting pitching rotation: Tanner Bybee, Gavin Williams, Luis Ortiz, Ben Lively, and Logan Allen, as I predicted last week. I was right. They actually announced it right after I finished the show. And I was like, hey, I was right. So, hey, cool. Cool beans. They finished out the spring with 3 final games: Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Sunday, they played the Reds, losing 13-2. And then Monday and Tuesday, they played the Arizona Diamondbacks, winning Monday 4-3 and Tuesday 3-2. Will Brennan and pitcher Andrew Walters were advised that they would be optioned to AAA Columbus. And the opening day roster was announced. So who do we got? Let's see. So for pitchers, we have Jacob Junis, Logan Allen, Tim Herron, Hunter Gaddis, Cade Smith, Luis Ortiz, Tristan McKenzie, Tanner Bybee, Gavin Williams, Paul Sewald, Ben Lively, Emmanuel Clase, and Joey Cantillo. Infielders: Brian Rocchio, Kyle Manzardo, Daniel Schneemann, Jose Ramirez, Gabriel Arias, and Carlos Santana. Outfielders: Lane Thomas, Nolan Jones, Jonathan Rodriguez, Stephen Kwan, and John Kenzie Noel. Catchers: Bo Naylor and Austin Hedges. So no real surprises there, though I am a little surprised that they called Jonathan Rodriguez back up over Will Brennan. But I have a feeling that has something to do with the number of options that Will Brennan has left. Shout out to Ralph Calise. Great show. Have a great show. Thank you. And what a hockey game in Columbus the other night. Yes, that game against Vancouver was fan freaking tastic. I almost turned it off because they were down 3-0 after the first period, and man, did they come out with fire lit in the second period, and they turned things around. It was a great game. So, back to oh, wait. Ralph is the host of the Yunza Report, our Pittsburgh show, and you could catch him on Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, as I was saying, the Guardians opening day roster. No big, super crazy surprises other than Will Brennan not being recalled, but Jonathan Rodriguez being recalled. But like I said, it could have something to do with the number of options that Will Brennan has left. I believe it is only one, and that might have been used when he was optioned to Columbus. So, unfortunately, Tanner Bybee was scratched as the opening day starter due to acute gastroenteritis. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I feel bad for him because this was going to be his first ever opening day start. I mean, he still gets the prestige, I guess, of being named the opening day starter, but he didn't actually play. So Ben Lively got the start. But before we get to that, pitchers Shane Bieber, Trevor Stephan, Eric Zabrowski, Slade Ciccone, and John Means were all added to the 15-day IL, retroactive to March 24th. So, um, last I heard, at least for train, Shane Bieber, Trevor Stephan, um, their projected back in the lineup date is mid to late June, possibly All-Star break. Um, Not sure about Eric Sabrowski and Slade Ciccone. They are both newer injuries. And then John Means is, I believe, August projection for his return. So he will likely possibly be added to the 60-day IL, but for right now, he's on the 15-day IL. So the Guardians started the season on Thursday in Kansas City against the Royals, and they won 7-4 in the 10th inning. Starting lineup, as I also predicted, was Stephen Kwan, Jose Ramirez, Lane Thomas, Carlos Santana, Kyle Manzardo at DH. Carlos Santana was first base. I did forget to say their positions, didn't I? Left field, Stephen Kwan. Third base, Jose Ramirez. Center field, Lane Thomas. First base, Carlos Santana. DH, Kyle Manzardo. Right field, John Kenzie Noel. Catcher, Bo Naylor. Second base, Gabriel Arias. Shortstop, Brian Rocchio. And starting pitcher in Tanner Bybee's absence was Ben Lively. Ben went 5 innings and had 3 strikeouts. Kyle Manzardo hit a 2-run home run in the top of the 6th. He also had a triple earlier in the game and a 2 RBI double in the 10th. So Kyle Manzardo was the hero on Thursday. Yesterday afternoon, the Guardians played the Kansas City Royals in game 2 of this series, and they fell short, losing 4-3. I should have never turned this game on because they were winning 3-1, and then I turned it on and all went to hell. But anyway, the starting lineup for this one was left field Stephen Kwan, a third base Jose Ramirez, DH Kyle Manzardo, first base Carlos Santana, right field Nolan Jones in his first start with the Guardians since the trade for with Colorado for Tyler Freeman. Center field Lane Thomas, catcher Bo Naylor, second base Daniel Schneemann, shortstop Brian Rocchio, starting pitcher Gavin Williams. Williams pitched 5 innings and had 2 strikeouts, which is not normal for him. So hopefully that improves, because he's kind of the only strikeout guy the Guardians really have, and 2 strikeouts. He didn't even pitch. That's not even as good as Ben Lively did. Stephen Kwan recorded a home run, and in bad news, Jose Ramirez left in the 6th inning with a left wrist sprain that he got while attempting to slide into second base. His hand kind of got caught under his body and his wrist bent funny. According to Stephen Vogt following the game, it's a minor sprain and Jose Ramirez is day to day. And Stephen Vogt said, "You know how Jose is. I'm going to have to force him to sit on the bench to keep him out of the game." So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't expect that he will play this afternoon as the Guardians finish out the series against the Royals this afternoon at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then they will start a 3-game series tomorrow against the San Diego Padres. That will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then they will start another 3-game series against the Los Angeles Angels on Friday, and that will go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they will have Thursday off this coming week. Hopefully they can get the win this afternoon. Tanner Bybee will be starting this afternoon. He is back in action. Now for the Columbus Clippers, who also began their season this week. They began on Friday against the Toledo Mud Hens. It was a 3-game it is a 3-game series, which is a little unusual for AAA, but it is a 3-game series against the Toledo Mud Hens. Friday they won 8-5, Saturday 7-6. So they have started out the season 2-0. They will finish out the series this afternoon against the Toledo Mud Hens once again. And then they will start a new series against St. Paul on Tuesday that will run Tuesday to Sunday. The starting lineup was announced, or the opening day roster was announced for the Columbus Clippers, but from what I'm seeing, this could be changing. They had to solidify it somewhat because their season was starting, but they may be making a couple of changes after this afternoon's game before the series with St. Paul begins on Tuesday. But for right now, pitchers Tanner Burns, Ross Carver, Trenton Denholm, Bradley Hanner, Mason Hickman, Zachary Jacobs, Zach Kent, Jack Leftwich, Nick Mikulicuk, sure, Andrew Misasek. Man, they got some crazy names on this roster. Parker Mashinsky, Doug Nikhazy, Sean Rapp, Carter Spivey, and Ryan Webb. Position players, Justin Boyd, Will Brennan, Juan Brito, Christian Cairo, Kyle Datras, Dayan Frias, Petey Halpin, Cody Huff, David Leon, Angel Martinez, Adam Nunez, Milan Tolentino, and Will Wilson. Though depending on how severe the injury is to Jose Ramirez, we may be seeing one of these guys called up. I would guess Will Wilson. He did play third base for the Guardians quite a bit during spring. And then we also have our starting rosters for the AA and single A teams. For the Akron Rubber Ducks, at pitcher, we have Rodney Boone, Aaron Davenport, Magnus Ellerts, Alan Hernandez, Tommy Mace, Rorik Maltrude, Jake Miller, Zane Morehouse, Austin Peterson, Davis Sharp. Position players, Cameron Barstad, Travis Bazana. He is up. He played for Lake County last year, so that's a step up. He's in Double A now. Jorge Burgos, Kyle Durned, Jake Fox, Cooper Ingle, CJ Cafis, Joe Lampy, Guy Lipscomb, Alex Mooney, Tyrese Turner, and Khalil Watson. For the Lake County Captains, Single A High, pitchers Dylan DeLucia, Jay Driver, Caden Favors, Yorman Gomez, Josh Harlow, Josh Hartle, Jackson Humphreys, Jack Jasiak, Michael Kennedy, Stephen Perez, Alonzo Richardson, Kyle Scott, Adam Tulik, Robert Wegelenek, and Matt Wilkinson. He is also up a spot because he played in Lynchburg last season. Position players, Jonah Advincula, Wilfredo Antunez, Juan Benjamin, Jason Churio, Make Colado, Jacob Cozart, Jose Devers, Esteban Gonzalez, Christian Napchik, Kevin Rivas, Alphonsine Rosario, Johnny Tincher, and Ralphie Velasquez. And then for Single A Low Lynchburg Hillcats, Jervis Alfaro. Oh, these are the pitchers. Jervis Alfaro, Braylon Doughty, Luis Flores, Jogly Garcia, Sean Hepner, Melkis Hernandez, Isaac Martinez, Xavier Martinez, Sean Matson, Logan McGuire, Rafe Schlesinger, Cam Walty, Connor Whitaker, Julio Zapata, Jacob Sabin, Donovan Zach. And then position players, Ryan Cesarini, Christopher Espinola, Welbin Francisca, Carlos Gutierrez, Tommy Hawk, Garrett Howe, Yankee Jean Baptiste, Robert Lopez, Albert Mendez, Jeffrey Mercedes, Luis Morejo, Yakel Miarhas, Jose Perella, and Bennett Thompson. At least that last one was easy. Yo. So Double A and Triple A have not yet started their season. So we'll probably talk more about we'll add the Akron Rubber Ducks in. Probably won't talk too much about the Single A teams. But once the Akron Rubber Ducks get underway, we will add them to the mix. That is going to wrap up the hockey and the baseball. I am going to take a short break, and when I come back, we will wrap up the show with some volleyball and some soccer and a little announcement about what's happening on next week's show. So stay right here with me, Jenn B, on the Show of the Land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And I will be right back after this.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Mike from Indie Sports Nation. Come hang out with me each and every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, where we talk things Indiana sports. We talk Colts, Pacers, Fever, Indy Ignite, and we dive into the college scene as well. Boilermakers, Hoosiers, Irish, Bulldogs, and every school in between. And we don't stop there. We'll sprinkle in some NHRA and cover the IndyCar series. From the turf to the hardwood to the track, we got you covered. Come hang out with your boy, Big Mike, each and every Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Indie Sports Nation, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back to the Show of the Land with Jenn B on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Be sure to check out Indie Sports Nation with Big Mike. You can catch him on Fridays, and Chi-Town Weekly with Adam Carmen for your Chicago sports needs, and the rest of Illinois too. You can catch him on Mondays. Now, just a couple more things to get to before we sign off for the day. The Columbus Fury are just losing. That's what they're doing. Sunday, they played the Atlanta Vibe and lost 0-3. 3-set sweep. Set 1, they lost 19-25. Set 2, 15-25. And set 3, 20-25. Friday, they played a Grand Rapids Rise. Fared a little bit better, but still lost 2-3. They won set 1, 25-22, lost set 2, 23-25, lost set 3, 22-25, won set 4, 25-22, sending it to a fifth set, which they lost 13-15. They're not good, y'all. They're not good. Next up for the Fury, this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they will take on the Atlanta Vibe once again. And then Saturday, they will be playing Big Mike's Indy Ignite. So I expect 2 more losses because that's how positive I am about their ability to win, or lack thereof. Now for the Columbus Crew, who do know, they do know how to win. They signed MLS Super Draft pick defenseman Cesar Rolvacaba to a 1-year first-team contract with club options for 2026 and 2027. Last night, they played DC United, winning 2-1. Diego Rossi scored both goals, first at the 16th minute and second at the 65th minute. Darlington Nagbe left in the 85th minute with an apparent right knee injury, so we'll keep an eye on that. They said during the broadcast yesterday that we probably won't get an update on that until Tuesday or Wednesday, so we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully it's nothing serious because we need our Capitan. And not surprisingly, Diego Rossi was named the man of the match. Next match for the Columbus Crew, Saturday, they will take on CF Montreal. Now for Larry's favorite team that I cover, the Cleveland Crunch. It is crunch time, y'all. Crunch time. Saturday, yesterday, actually last night. This game didn't seem like it was ever going to end. I kept checking for the score and it was still going. It was a long game. Anywho, they played the Chicago Mustangs and they won 13-4. Shocking, right? Admir Suljevic was named man of the match with 5 goals and 1 assist. And the Crunch will wrap up the regular season this afternoon against the Chicago Panathinaikos. That's right, Panathinaikos. I don't know what that means. I'm not Greek. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. I'm not Greek. I don't know what that means. I don't know where it came from, but that's what they doing. And it is the final game of the regular season. And next month, we will have the MLIS indoor soccer playoffs and championship. And hopefully, our Cleveland Crunch can bring it home again because that's what they do. That is what they do. That is going to do it for today's show. Be sure to follow me on all of the socials. And check out next week's show. I'm going to have a special guest, Barry Shuck of Dogs by Nature. And we are going to talk some Browns free agency and NFL draft that is upcoming in a few short weeks. So be sure to catch me, same time, same place, 11 a.m. Eastern, next Sunday for special guest Barry Shuck as we get into Browns off season. We'll also, I'll also talk about some of these other teams, probably, the Cavs, Blue Jackets, the Monsters, the Guardians. Everybody else is pretty much done for now. Oh, we'll check back in on the Cleveland State Lady Vikings as well, but it'll be mainly Browns. We will talk, some soccer too, but mainly Browns next week. So be sure to join me, same time, same place next week. Thank you all once again for joining me, Jenn B, on the Show of the Land right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Have a fantastic Sunday afternoon and an even better week. I will catch you on the flip side.